You don't need no teeth for the meat.
Let's shake the internet up. What's the top 5 food cities in America?
The #1 state, Tendernism.
When I hear Mr. Tendernism, I think something much bigger. If you don't replicate yourself, how can you scale?
If you wake up in the morning, see, you can't say what's going to happen because we don't know. If I can teach some of these kids out here in the world, if they learn this trade, this cooking thing, 2 things go together. Style and food. That brings love. At the end of that love, Tendernism.
I looked up a couple days ago on my alerts, and Mr. Tendernism, the original Mr. Tendernism, was on Earn Your Leisure podcast. It was kind of funny at first because I was like, what? I was like, this man is everywhere right now. But it actually makes a lot of sense because this is a business lesson. This Tendernism trademark situation and all the things that have happened in his relationship with Destination Smokehouse has been a business education in itself. And I think he's a perfect guest after watching the whole interview of somebody with firsthand knowledge of how you can get your business affairs in order. But he clears up a lot of things that we had questions about as far as his departure and his relationship. The owner, Nick. Yeah, I think y'all are going to enjoy this. But so anyway, Tendernism, Earn Your Leisure. Shout out to them over there, Earn Your Leisure.
I'm saying I'm spitting it too. I'm spitting strong. I ain't be playing with these folks.
Who's saying like let's make another video? Because after the first one goes crazy, right? Is there somebody in the restaurant? Is there somebody in the family or the team saying like, that was crazy, let's do this again?
Yeah, it's been people come around say, hey, man, you shoot video. Yeah, we shoot the video. No, can you shoot a video? Can you shoot a video? Say, wow, what's all these shooting these videos about? You know, I don't know about shooting man, camera. Whoa. Then they kind of found out, hey, this is the new TV. I said, well, hey, I might well get on everybody else on it. Look here, let's tenderize.
Yep. A lot of people don't realize YouTube is the #1 streamed platform right now. But it sounds like what he's trying to say, and I'm going to try to interpret some of these things because, he says them in his own Tendernism way, you know what I mean, with so much swag. But to break it down, I feel like he's saying they were shoving the camera in his face without him necessarily knowing why or what he was doing. And it's possible that without, a man in advanced years being on TikTok or Instagram, he doesn't know how viral he's become. And they're steady coming up to him and shoving a camera in his face to do some videos. I think that's what he means there. We're starting to see clearer how that relationship went and probably why it went south.
Let's just tenderize the world. And for real, leave your teeth at home. You don't need no teeth for the meat.
No teeth needed.
No.
And no teeth for the meat. Crazy. Let's talk about Keith Lee, because I know that you met a lot of celebrities, but there was one turning point. Keith Lee, he's very influential in food review.
Foodie.
How did that change everything? Like, how did Keith Lee's review change everything?
Well, I'm going to tell you because, I'm going to spit it from the hip. I was an Idi Amin. He's like a rapper.
Yeah.
Okay.
The outlaw.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Now, we just like out next door. There's a wall divided us with. And we were shooting
he has a restaurant?
No, we were shooting a podcast.
Okay.
All right. And so, Lee come by, Keith, to see me. I didn't know he was going to give me no money or nothing, or even, no offer. But I look at it like this. Any person that come to see me, it's no block. I don't have a blocker. Mm-hmm. Just come see me. So whoever working, wherever they work, you go, hey, hold on a second, let me go get Walt, bring him back. He had to give me a quarter. It's just you came to see me. Mm-hmm. That's always enough for me. That's just been a bonus. Mm-hmm. And so
So they were actually blocking access from Unc, which confirms exactly what Keith Lee said. Like the fact that he came there specifically to give Unc $4,000 to have the Tendernism experience, and they blocked Keith Lee from that. they blocked a bigger opportunity. Now, shout out to Edie. I mean, that's a decent celebrity to have a podcast with, right? So why are y'all not telling this man exactly what's going on? That's what looked crazy to me, is that they stopped Keith Lee at the door and didn't even try to tell Walter that was what was going on. That shows you kind of the priority of somebody coming in there and saying, yeah, I want to speak to Tendernism. I don't want to speak to the rest of y'all. I want to speak to Tendernism. I think that competition was there. And I think the guy that was in the Willie D video is the one that blocked the situation.
He came, they couldn't give me the money. It's like, what?
Is it $4,000?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what they said it was. I didn't ever see the money.
You didn't?
I talked to Mr. Lee since then. But y'all never discussed any money value. But yeah, it was $4,000.
So you didn't take the money?
I never seen the money.
Oh.
Yeah, but if, hey, Lee, if you out there, no, I'm just playing, man. You can reach me, 9555422. No, I'm just playing. You know, y'all, you got to have a little fun. Hey, man, but other than that, yeah, it made a turning point. And that turning point got me here. See, the Lord don't make mistakes. I didn't make that with Tendernism, and I ain't make that on this move. I don't cry about yesterday. I just keep going forward. You did. There ain't no need of crying. It ain't gonna help. So get it together.
That's sage wisdom right there. We don't often get that a lot of times from our elders because they don't get the spotlight like this. But you see, he prioritizes God in a lot of his content, and he's being blessed. It's obvious he's being blessed in this. But to take that advice there, you know, to keep going, you know, that's in the Black American tradition, you know. So yeah, it's great to see this at this point. And you know, the funny thing is he's already familiar with podcasts because they had him doing a podcast at the restaurant. So he comes up on there, he's like, oh, I know how to do this. Like I said, once again, a natural. He's just gonna be entertaining. He's gonna be himself. He is who he is.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I've been trying to do.
During this process, obviously, as social media is going crazy about it, people are trying to figure out how to get to the restaurant. People are showing up at the restaurant. I'm sure that's bringing a lot of money for the restaurant. People are coming to see you. The idea of ownership comes into the conversation. Does he own the restaurant? At that point, I mean, I'm sure throughout the career, 50 years is a long time of being a pitmaster. Are you thinking, let me create my own restaurant? And did this intensify that thought? Or how did you?
It definitely intensified the thought, you know, because, hey, look at here. I can go in the backyard right now and do this here. This ain't nothing I need. No practice on no more. All I need is the equipment and a few pieces of wood, like them trees outside. Boy, I tenderize Harlem today, not tomorrow, right away. That's right.
So when people found out that you were not the owner, it made a lot of news on social media, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm sure a lot of people started to reach out to you. So was that like the turning point and why you actually left the establishment?
That was that, and the person not giving me the consideration due to it was two people and a few people now. You know what I mean? Well, you know, that was kind of like bogus, I thought. See, because I want to talk to you, I'm going to talk to you. This man can't intercept me talk. You don't speak for me. Mm-hmm. So I can understand that.
The equity, like ownership, not in ownership.
Oh, yeah. You know, I don't own nothing. I know one thing. Only thing I own, dirt up under my fingernail. Mm-hmm. So
wow. So that means the owner, Nick, told a bold-faced lie when he brought that information out about Walter being an owner of the restaurant. He just straight looked in the camera and lied to Willie D. We knew what the deal was, right? When this man said he don't own nothing but the dirt up under his fingernails, and then somebody else is saying, no, he's an owner. Why would you give him money because he's an owner? And see, that $4,000 is what even woke him up to stepping away from the business. But at the same time, like, he's telling you exactly what happened in that situation, and it's as bad as we thought it was.
Now, I might try to do something about that. Give me a Mr. Tendernism restaurant, and then we'll see what we do. That's a possibility. But, you know, I got people reaching out at me. You know, I got some brand deals coming up. So it's a good thing.
Good.
Said God don't make any mistakes. I'm wondering, as you approach this conversation, because a lot of times we bring value to companies. We've seen this happen plenty of times in our community, and then we never ask for equity. The fact that you had the idea speaks a lot about your character and how you're thinking about your future. Were they receptive to it, or were they just like, that's not even a conversation worth having?
They're evidently not worth having because we're at a point to where we at right now. So
Wow.
I had to, like I say, y'all, see, I ain't one of the bash folks.
Yeah.
Because I don't have time to do that.
Right.
Life too short.
Absolutely.
So what you do, you learn from that little small mistake and you just move forward. If you keep moving forward, it's an old saying. I was driving years ago. But when I let that man named Jesus start driving, I sit in the back seat. Things got to straighten it out. You didn't have to worry about running into no tree, no rocks or nothing, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I take this as a blessing, you know? And it's a blessing to be here with y'all.
It's a blessing to have you. But it's a learning experience even for owners, right? Because sometimes owners don't value the people that they have and they lose great, you know, people that's more than just an employee. If hypothetically ownership was given to you on a percentage, do you think that you would have stayed?
There's a possibility. What kind of percentage we talking about and what's in it? But you,
He said, what kind of percentage we talking about? Talk that talk. That's what I'm saying. The negotiation side of Uncle was like, nah, what y'all doing is not right. And he thought he was going to pull the wool over everybody's eyes that was out here seeing what was going on. Uncle was like, nah. Oh, let's talk about this ownership. What's my percentage, really?
On a percentage, do you think that you would have stayed?
there's a possibility. What kind of percentage we talking about and what's in it? But you know, hey, like I say, no backstepping now.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta keep put my shoes on one at a time.
You should do a close up on the shoes.
Hey, wait a minute, man. Man, y'all trying to get my shoe, man. You doing one at a time, man. Hey, look here. Hey, but anyway, yeah. And you keep looking forward. Don't never look back.
Well, recently we saw you made a move with the word tenderism.
That's
right. So explain
Tendernism.
that, because apparently there was another brother that trademarked the word tenderism and then he gave it to you.
Yes, the man name is Kevin Harris, attorney Kevin Harris. And so I met with him, and he said, I'm going to give you the word. You can have it, file, do the paperwork. It was my word originally, though.
Mm-hmm.
See, in 24 of probably the 10th month, 24, I filed. Yeah. Something happened with the tender. It wasn't me. And then I guess whatever happened. Yeah. I think the data will show that, though. So people holler around, they tendernism. No, you ain't. You ain't know where tendernism come from. Yeah, that's slow and easy.
So you had previously filed for it?
Yes, sir.
See, like that's part of the story. The way that the story was painted was almost like the former owners or the owners of the restaurant tried to trademark it, and then they held it. But this is somebody completely separate from the situation that had.
That's correct.
Okay, I got you. So
That's an interesting piece, too. So Walter tried to go out and get tendernism on his own. But I wonder how he did that, because in the filings, there was listed people that had applied for it, and it was Diamond, whatever, the parent company of Destination Smokehouse, and then it was this attorney, Ken. So I wonder if he had a third application that was out there that never saw the light of day, or somebody maybe took his money and never really applied for it. Needless to say, I'm glad the attorney got involved and actually cleared this up and made this thing right, because once he got it handed over to him, now it's no question. I think he'd be able to beat Destination Smokehouse in any courtroom. For all the people out there that are saying, oh, he doesn't have it yet, there's still a fight. This is still a fight. No, you don't understand how this works. It's proven that he's used it first. He's also got the filing, So tendernism belongs to Walter, and I think that's clear. I think that's very clear.
the legality part is something that you already Is that something you knew from your experience being in the space, saying like, hey, this is a word that I've created, I've got to have ownership on it with and this is important, the intent to use, because I think a lot of people miss that part. They just think, oh, let me just trademark it, but they don't understand how trademarks work. Are you intending it to use it for media, merchandising, anything? You had it with the intent to use for just a bunch of categories?
I had an intent to use for meat, anything I cook. I don't care. It could have been some cake. I was going to tenderize the cake. You know what I mean? But the whole point of it was you invent something and then people will steal it, as everyone knows.
Ooh. That was clear. That was clear. The intent to use that he had, I saw the original filings. It was T-shirts, it was clothes, it was socks, it was food, a food delivery service I saw, and a couple different other categories. But man, he said, people will steal it. Let me hear that again.
Gonna tenderize the cake. You know what I mean? But the whole point of it was you invent something and then people will steal it, as everyone knows. So
when did he reach out to you, or how did that happen? How did that connection happen where he says, look, I'm assuming the reason why he did it is because he saw it going viral and he wanted to just protect it. Is that why he did it?
I don't know. His understanding, my understanding from him was he was making sure didn't nobody else do it. So therefore, we'll have it. Then one day we'll meet and he'll be able to give it to me. That was what he told me. So
he reached out to you.
He reached out to a team member. I got a team, and we met. He did what he said he gonna do, and that's cool.
Honorable.
Yeah, cause hey, I don't be want to go up against nobody, man. But I will if I have to.
Well, I mean, this has been
hey, that's clear, man. Shout out to Walter Johnson, boy. This is a great business lesson, man. I'm glad it turned out the way that it did. I think he's much happier. Obviously, he's probably going to be a little tired. I think he's going to slow down a little bit. He mentioned the restaurant, which, we haven't heard about the restaurant in a while because he's going on this Tendernism tour, which is a great thing too. Like, hitting all the locations. Outreach is a part of this. I think he's pointed that out before, actually touching the community and helping. He's talking about even the money that he raised in the GoFundMe, starting to spread that out and use it for good things, so, and to get the ball rolling. Because like I said, man, networks, if you're out there watching, man, y'all better get on the Mr. Tendernism show. This is probably, like I said, if they put Walter on products, this lives on long beyond Walter. Why not have a real, living example of that? I mean, we have all the internet videos, that's great, but following him along his path, and I'm pretty sure somebody's probably working on it because they got some good videographers out there, but following along this path and this part of life, I've seen documentaries on Netflix about barbecue all over the world, and they're beautifully shot and edited. That would be a great treatment for Walter, just as a living legacy, man. But I'm glad he got his business in line. I'm glad he got some more people around him. Shout out to them. Hopefully they just protect him and cover him. But like he said, he's following the path of God. So, I think he's going to be all right. I think he's been blessed thus far. Even in the interview, he talks about his travels. It's funny because he's worked in kitchens all across the United States and not just in barbecue. And that's the thing that we don't realize about this. This man has a life full of experience of cooking. And he talks about it being his ministry and cooking for people before they receive the word. He said he's not a preacher, but his cooking is a ministry of sorts. That's so salt of the earth. That's so like us. You know what I mean? He's such a throwback to members of our families out here. I could think of a couple. And I love to see this in 2026. This is something that probably the youth have never seen. Cause Big Mom was gone. You know what I mean? We don't, Big Mama right now is on only, no. Big Mama right now is in the nightclub. Who knows? Papa was a Rolling Stone, so he's gone. You know, the family structure has been broken, so we don't get to see a positive male role model in the Black community like that. So I think that's a good thing. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him, and shout out to him for doing the work that he's done his whole career and it culminating to this point. I'm sure if you starting out as a cook somewhere in Chicago, or like he said, he was in several different places, or in Texas or Louisiana or wherever, you never realize your life can go to these heights, you know, where you on podcasts, you on talk shows, your name's about to be on products. Like, you can't predict that. And I think that's a great lesson to take away from this, is that we can't always predict where our path is going. And a lot of times, if you try to focus too hard on forcing your path in a certain direction, you miss out on opportunities that are to your right and to your left. Yeah, man. But anyway, shout out to Walter once again. I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna get all these Tendernism videos out here. But anyway, shout out to EYL, Earn Your Leisure over there, for jumping on the opportunity to interview this man for a whole hour. Like, this, it was very eye-opening, man. But anyway, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. Make sure you sign up for the Faucette Media Patreon. That way you can see all the Faucette Media content that's too hot for YouTube now. Videos over the years that have been compiled that maybe didn't make the channel for whatever reason. You can catch all that on the Patreon. Just look up patreon.com Faucette Media. This is Faucette Media. Booyah! Do I have to pay Walter if I say booyah? He better trademark that too.